You want to see how I get this teal glam matte look today using LA colors and the Bratz palette from Colourpop? Then stay tuned. Good morning and happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Daily Beauty Story. My name is Amanda Hall. I'm 55, super dry skin, lots of fine lines and wrinkles and some deep ones too. I have deep set eyes with hooding on one eye. I got crooked eyebrows. I got the whole deal going on. All my other pertinent information is listed down in the description box below, as well as all the products that I'm using today and tools, as well as the timestamp. So if you want to skip to one particular product or feature, then you can go ahead and skip to that as well. I hope you like the new format down in the description box, that it helps you a little bit better. It is truly, for me, all about you. I love playing with makeup. I love sharing playing with makeup. I love creating different beauty stories every single day with some that are really amazing, some that are okay, and then some that are kind of fails, but they are what they are. And so I just push through for the day and continue forward. So if you're ready, let's create a beauty story. Not going to be a whole lot of product difference from yesterday to today, except for the color we're going to do on the eyes, which honestly I'm a little nervous about. Just keeping it real. But we're going to go back with the Conceal It from LA Colors in Fair. I can't believe we've already made it to the middle of the week. That's just crazy to me. Crazy! I feel like this year is just flying by. I feel like the older I'm getting, the faster time is going, and how much more I want to savor the moments. I have an amazing church family. I have an amazing family. My kids are so supportive of me and what I do. They are such an encouragement to me, and I want to surround myself with those types of people. You know, life is really truly too short. We're here for a very finite amount of time. And I know as I'm getting older, as my heart has been changed, as I've gone through some things and worked through some things, I just realized that I want to savor all the moments I can. And so why not try new things, play with new things, push myself outside my comfort zone. So I really just am grateful for the moments that life has to offer, and I'm trying to do better at not squandering those. So we're just going to use the LA Colors matte foundation again in Sand. I'll probably switch it up maybe tomorrow or Friday, like next week. I won't be in my normal studio setting. I'm going down to hang out with my daughter down in Panama City Beach, Florida, and enjoy some time with her. So I'll be doing all my things from down there. It'll just look a little different. And so, you know, as we get older, I think we experience more loss in our lives, whether it is people that pass, or if it is relationships that fade away. You know, this time in our lives, sometimes too, we become the parents to our parents. I know that I have a lot of friends who are caregivers, and so they spend a lot of time taking care of, got way too much product up here. They spend time taking care of ailing parents. And so I think this stage of life can be challenging. and we experience loss. You know, sometimes it's divorce, sometimes it's, you know, just jobs, because, you know, as we get older, we're not as quick as the 20 somethings. We have more experience, so we cost a little more, which is a value to most and not to some. So I've just been thinking a lot about that lately, about how I want to spend my time, invest my time, and just really want to have some fun, do new things, try new things. You know, this last month or two, I've just been in a funk. I may not show up here sometimes in a funk, but you know, I realize too, for me, that if I'm not exercising, that the physical exercise for me really does impact my mental health. And I'm going to use the concealer, the LA Colors Concealer in Cocoa for my bronzer. And I just know that it takes a toll on me emotionally when I don't do my normal type of exercising that I like to do. And so, you know, whether I would call it lazy or just unmotivated, really for me, it's undisciplined. And discipline was my word for the year. And I feel like I've already kind of not been living up to that like I'd like to. So I want to get refocused again. And this is the time of year. It's spring cleaning. It's, you know, time to reset. As we move into a new season, you know, this weekend we spring forward. So we're going to start having lighter, longer days. And so I want to do more exercise, more getting outside. You know, I'm so blessed and fortunate to live in such a beautiful place. I mean, I walk outside my door and there's the lake. I just am so fortunate to have that. And I just want to explore it more. I just want to have more fun. I want to just really lean into the fact that I can do these things still. Not that there are not parts of my body that are ailing in certain ways, but to get out there and do all that I can while I still have the ability is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to use, I'm going to go back to the LA Colors blush. This is the Blush It Up Cheek and Lip Balm, and this is the color Marvelous. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, you know, and since I'm going to this little more talking head, get ready with me style of video, I thought that this would be an opportunity for me to share some things with you that, you know, have been on my heart lately. And, you know, the thought of time and the passing of time and relationships and family. And sometimes, you know, family's hard, life's hard. You know, I am a Christian. I read my Bible. I'm very involved in my church. And, you know, having read the Bible, there is not one place in there that says life is going to be easy as a Christ follower. It's not. You know, the test and the challenges come, and it's how you rise up and display character. That is what, you know, moves you, transforms you, changes you. And, you know, so that's my little, you know, I want to just lean into that more. I want to press into relationships and people, even though people sometimes, you know, I have been in ministry in my life, and the saying is that people, the amazing part of ministry is people. The worst part of ministry is people. I mean, honestly, we are flawed. We make mistakes. We are not perfect. We are not You know, and I'm the first to admit, man, boy, do I have some flaws. And so, you know, I just want to open myself up to possibilities. And so that's what I'm trying to say. Don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself in a position that you're limiting the things that you can do, the way that you think. You know, I wouldn't in a million years. I've loved to play with makeup. I've loved to play with makeup for forever. It's funny. My daughter, she's beautiful. And she doesn't like to put makeup on unless she's going out or there's a special occasion. And she's just naturally beautiful. Being 34 helps. But she's always been just very naturally beautiful. And I haven't been able to share with her my love of makeup and playing with makeup. My sister, we are so opposite. Again, she is just a natural, pretty woman. And here I am, I'm the one who just loves to play with makeup, who actually cares about style. Neither one, my sister nor my daughter, you know, care that much. They do when they go out and they're doing special things. They, you know, they get dressed up and they do that, but that's me every day. I mean, there are days I go absolutely nowhere. I literally sit in my house all day long and I have a dress and heels on. Like, that's how I roll. So I just think it's just, we have to lean into who we are as people. To not be afraid to express who we are and be okay with who we are. You know, I was a really angry and bitter woman 5 years ago. When I came out to Alabama to follow my daughter out here, I was really hurting and I was really angry and wasn't a very good person. I wasn't a very nice person. I wasn't fun. I wasn't a good person to be around because I just was holding on to so much crap. Ugh. You know, I look back now and I'm like, ugh, gosh, how could anybody have stood to be around me? But the people that love you will. And so I just am grateful for that. And so that's why I'm just gonna, even though, you know, last week was a really hard week and we go through those hard seasons in life sometimes, we just gotta pick up and reassess and go, okay, this happened. Now it's time to pick myself up, move forward, push on, and really do start investing in the people and the relationships that matter. And so, I'm just grateful that I have that opportunity, that, you know, I am not that same person anymore, that I worked through those things and realized who I am, and I'm just going to embrace it. I'm not for everyone. I mean, I'm a glam girly. I dress up. I live in a town that's very small, and it's a very casual community because we're a lake community. It's not a dressy. I don't go to a church where you're dressing to the nines every Sunday. We're a lake church and it's very casual. But I like to dress up. That's who I am. And so I just decided I'm going to own that. There's no reason not to own who we are, especially when we get to this age and we've lived life and we've had experiences and, you know, why not? What do we have to lose? You know, I've been thinking a lot about that lately. Like, what do I have to lose? You know, there's relationships in life that are meant to be with us for a season and we move on. And why not? Why not? Why not? Just be who I am. And some people are going to like me and some people aren't. And I'm okay with that. I am finally okay with that. I am a really much better person than I was before. And I just want to love life. I just want to enjoy life. And so that's just my little soapbox while I'm putting on makeup. This is definitely a real, honest, get ready with me. I guess maybe I'm rambling on because I'm a little afraid of the colors that I'm going to be putting on my eyes today. So let's talk about the eyeshadow. Okay, so we're gonna be back in the Colourpop Bratz palette and we are gonna go for it. We are gonna go into these turquoisey colors that are here. And I'm actually gonna play with a really, really bold lash, these ruffle lashes that were very viral there for a little while. So we're just going to play. So we're gonna see how this turns out. I'm a little nervous, honestly. I'm a little nervous about these colors, but I'm gonna own it. And even if it is a look that I don't like, I'm gonna own it, I'm gonna work it, I'm gonna rock it to the best of my ability. Let's see, we're gonna go in with Dump Him, which is the color we've been using kind of all week in that upper brow bone area. Since I have deep set eyes, I like to go, I do have like a lot of real estate up here. I would say, you know, I have deep set eyes, so they go deep back. And then this one is becoming more hooded. And so it's interesting how really nothing is asymmetrical on our faces. And I have different eyebrows, which makes things challenging. I have different eye issues, you know, with hooding on one eye and not on the other, deep set eyes. So it's what makes us unique and special and cool. And so I just play with the real estate I have up here, which most people would call the crease area. I usually go a little darker with the crease for me because I have a more deep set eye. I can get away with making it look a little more dimensional. So that's what I do. We are gonna go in with, we are going to go in, let me see this color here. Also, when you get to our age, this is why I always have multiple pairs of glasses, prescription glasses, because I don't know where I set my other pair. So this one is my extra pair. So these are different than the ones I normally have. So we're gonna go in with Jade on the outer corner and blend that in. I'm probably gonna use a little bit of the platform heels to kind of blend and figure that out. I'm actually going to use my bigger brush. I'm just going to clean it off with my switch just down here on my desk. I'm going to tap a little bit into here and then a little bit into the teal color. We're just going to give this a good, see how we can make this maybe a little more subtle, a little more blendable. You know, don't be afraid to mix your colors. I mean, you just never know what you're gonna come up with. And so, you know, when I have bolder colors like this, sometimes I go directly on just to see, like, what is this color gonna do? But I know Colourpop's formulas so well that I know that they're really pigmented, and so why not just go ahead and use another color to kind of blend it and keep it a little more user looking friendly, I guess. Not so bold, but I'm liking that combination. It's still allowing the teal to come through. And that's why sometimes it's good to use a fluffier brush like this one when you're working with darker colors, because it gives you more flexibility, because it's easier to blend. It just gives you, it's not as compact, so it doesn't give you such a harsh color right away. And so that's why I like, when I'm playing with these kind of colors, to use a little bit fluffier of a brush, especially on when you're playing with these kind of colors. You know, if you're going pinpoint with colors that you're familiar with and you want to pack on, and you know, then I use, you know, more of my precision one. This is a little smaller of a brush. Fluff, you know, it's a little more compact. And then I also use this brush for more pinpointing, which I use this more on the lower lash line, but I also use it in the outer V. So these are kind of my 3 go-to brushes from Sigma. And they'll all be listed down in the description box below. But let me go ahead and just fix this one little area over here. Look, even it out a little bit. There we go. So that's not looking too bad. And again, I combined platform heels and jade together. So it would give this a little more of a normalized. I guess using a teal color really isn't normalized, but at least it settles it down a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the, let's see, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Let's see. I want to put down a base. So maybe what I'll do is, what am I going to do? I am going to use That Girl, which this is kind of a shimmery, smaller gold color. I'm going to use that on the lid and then go over it with the glitter here that we have in this palette, this kind of teal glitter. I just want to give this like a base to work off of. And you notice on my lid, I use my 4th finger or underneath your eyes if you're ever playing with using your finger for putting on makeup. You'll want to use your index finger. It has the less amount of strength when you are working in those areas. I don't know what it is about it, but I've learned from multiple makeup artists over the years that your ring finger puts the least amount of pressure when you're using it for that purpose. And so you'll see a lot of them use that. Okay, so we're gonna go into, what did I say? Chloe, which is this sparkly color right here. Look at that. Woo! So we're just gonna get this on. Now this is one of their more glitter shadows. So if you wanted to put a glitter glue down to reduce fallout, you could. Again, mostly I work from home, and I know today that I'm not going out anywhere. So I can be a little bolder. And even if I was going out, this is the look I would rock. So you may want to use a glitter glue with this if you are going to use these. Because I do think this particular one will have a little more fallout than normal ones. But that doesn't look too bad. I think once we get the lashes on, we'll be like, oh, okay. It'll even itself out, I think, with the lashes on. So we're gonna go into, okay, let's see. So that was Chloe. We're gonna go into Passion for Fashion and use that in the, let's see, I gotta do the lower lash line. What are we gonna do on the lower lash line? Should we go in, why not? We're gonna go for it. I'm just actually gonna go into Jade with my little pinpoint brush here. And we're just gonna do that on the lower lash line, because why not? And I'm using that more pinpoint brush, and I just give it a good tap off to make sure I don't have a lot of fallout, since I am definitely that girl who likes to do her eyes last. Most people who do bold eye looks do their looks first before they put on, so they can clean up any fallout that might happen. I guess it doesn't bother me. So I just do it after. I like getting the base on because sometimes that dictates the look that I'm going for. Okay, so we got that on. So now let's go in with my pencil brush and use Passion for Fashion and get that up here in the brow. As a brow highlight, I guess is what I would call it. People would call it brow bone. But I call it a brow highlight because I'm really highlighting this, you know, where this kind of points. And then we'll use this for the inner corner to bring some brightness. I know this is a really bold, not as bold as some of those that I was doing, those 4-pan palettes. Those were bold. This is not as bold as I thought it was going to be, but don't be afraid to mix your shadows. You may need to clean it up, wipe it off with a tissue or something when you mix those type of colors together, but I think that, you know, that's always a good thing. All right, I'm gonna get these opened up and we will do our lashes here in a second, but I'm gonna get these out if they come out. These were viral there for a minute, probably maybe a year and a half ago or so. They were so hard to find, the ruffle lashes, because these were worn by a couple of different influencers that people were really like, oh my gosh, they have a lot of followers. And so everybody was buying them and they were selling out everywhere. So we're gonna do those and you'll get to see how I kind of cut them. And today we are gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna use just the regular glue. I wanna show you what the regular glue would look like. So we're just gonna use a regular glue to put the lashes on today. And I'm just gonna use my Lash Princess, since this is what I had sitting on my desk from yesterday, and use this as our base coat. Just really does give the faux lashes, the falsies, a place to grip to and helps blend them. And so that's, you know, why I put on at least one coat of mascara. Plus I used my bottom lash, so I have to put it on my bottom lash anyway. So just to give this a coat for grip. Oh, I forgot to look that up. Doggone it. I'm gonna have to look that up. I need to write myself a note. Here, do it right now.
There's this new YouTube channel inside the business.
Let me see here. Why is my Siri not working? All right, well, my Siri isn't working. I was just gonna tell my Siri to give me a reminder, but it wasn't working. Oh well, I'll try to remember. The other great thing about being this age is we forget. Things seem to slip our mind easier. Where did I put my key? Like where are my glasses? Did I leave them in the car? Like I looked around my house twice yesterday or twice last night before I went to bed. Okay, where did I put my glasses? I'm like, oh, they must be in the car. It was blowing wind like crazy last night. I thought we might have a tornado potential warning because the winds were crazy. And then we got a massive thunderstorm that rolled through last night. And so I thought, I'm not going out to get my glasses if they're in the car. Maybe I'll find them somewhere hidden. Oh, that's why I put them. Oh, I remember that. I did want to look that up though, so maybe I'll remember today. Maybe this was a good reminder for me to remember to do that. Why do we have to have our mouth open when we're putting on our mascara? Okay. Now, one of the tricks that I've learned about taking these lashes off is to just kind of push down with your finger to loosen up the glue there. And then once you have a decent amount pulled away, then pull the lash in. Now, they make these lashes much longer than most of us need, because they do it for multiple shaped eyes, multiple, length eyes. There's women that have, this lash would fit their whole eye. That's not my blessing. That's not me at all. And the fact that I have two different lengths and shapes of eyes, sometimes I have to cut more off of one than the other. So usually the first thing I do, there's usually this little tip at the inner corner of the lash that I always try to cut off or down so that it's not poking me. Now, I also don't go all the way in on the inner corner of my eye. And then I like to break it up, especially a new lash. I just go back and forth, like a caterpillar would inch its way. And so I give this a little bit of shape from being, glued to the thing for so long. So this one is going to go over here. And this is the eye that I know that I don't cut as much off of. And so because I'm usually pretty familiar with this one, I know about how much I can cut off. And usually on this eye, it's about a cluster and a half. So I can just go in with this and just do like a cluster and a half here. So I'll cut off that much. I can see. Let's see now. Give it another little measure. And I don't go all the way in on my inner corner so that it's not stabbing me. Okay, yeah, that should work. All right. So what I do here is we'll get some of this excess glue off that was from the packaging. Just gently go through it. And now I'm going to use, this is the Duo Quick Set Strip Lash Adhesive in white clear. And so it has a little paddle on it so that you just take your lash and you just run it along the lash line here. And one of the things about using this is you just have to be patient and wait for the glue to set down a little bit. Always make sure I get a little extra on the edges because that's usually where they lift first, is on the edges when you put them on. And then you just have to kind of sit here and wait for them to get to turn more. Like currently it's more this like white color. You want to wait till it gets a little more like translucent and it has a little more of a purple hue to it for it to get tacky. So this is mainly why I don't use this type of glue with lashes, is because it just takes a longer amount of time. And if I can just draw a line on, and I'll show you, they do have the clear one, so I'll show you putting these strip lashes on with the clear one as well. But I did want to show you, it does take a while for this to get to that tacky color. And so it's not my preferred method of applying lashes, but I don't know if you can see now, it's turned a little more on that purple side. And so I usually start placing in the middle of my eye and then secure the edges, which is what I've showed you all before. Now these are some very glam lashes. They are long from end to end. And so probably could have even cut a little more off on these. but they are there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna press my natural lashes together with the false ones. Whew, these are some lashes. Wow, they're pretty bold. I think actually tomorrow I'll wear these as they are today, but tomorrow I think I'm actually going to cut a little bit more off. So again, just pull down kind of until you get a good section pulled away from the plastic, and then do, oops, then take it off. I usually can get about 5 wears out of my lashes because I do tend to wear bolder, more glittery lids. It doesn't quite last as long. I could probably get away if I was just doing regular, you know, more matte based eyes, or using less, you know, using more of a lighter shimmer, then it'd probably last me a little bit longer because of there's not so much buildup on with the glue and the glitter and stuff. So sometimes I just get a cotton swab and go through it with a little bit of eye makeup remover to help remove the glue. And then sometimes it's just a matter of just peeling it off with my nails to get some of the glue residue off. So that's what I like to do, just to get some of that off. All right, so we're gonna cut off that little tip. The other thing too is that, you know, I wear glasses all day, every day. And so sometimes these longer lashes, as you can see, get like caught up in the glasses. So you just be very mindful of the, see, I don't like the glue because it doesn't stay as well. Okay, so we're gonna cut off the little tip here, so that's not stabbing us. Oh, look, see, got a little extra left there. Now this eye I know is a lot shorter. So I usually am doing 2 clusters. I may have to do 2.5 on this one. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. So let's see here. So you can see I'm gonna have to wear my glasses a little further away from my face because of the length of these lashes. So that's just something to consider when you're thinking about the lashes you're gonna get, especially if you're someone who wears glasses like I do. I'd like to wear contacts. They're just not, I have really, really dry eyes, and I've just found that it's just really, really challenging for me at the end of the day to get them out. And I was wearing dailies there for a while, and they were working okay. I don't know. I like the fact that I can wear glasses, and at different times I can change the frames because I get multiple pairs for certain glasses because I misplaced them. So, you know, that's the advantage sometimes of getting more, getting lashes. See, I just don't think this glue works as well as the other glue. But I wanted to show you, you know, the dry down time. If you're going to use this type of glue, it just takes a little longer for the glue to set down. To get to that really good tacky point, I probably should even wait longer. But I'm impatient and I just want to get this done. And I don't want to bore you any more than I already am. So we're just gonna get this on. Ah! And you know, after every lash application, I clean off my applicator with just my makeup wipe so that it's not getting too much glue on it from application. And I think this one's being a little extra sticky because of the glue from the first one. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all these off with my little makeup wipe that I have down here. And then hopefully that'll help me get these on. Okay. Okay, those are some lashes. They are some lashes. And you know, I'm actually, honestly, this is my favorite brand of lash by far, this Kiss Lash. I have to say, of all the ones that I like the Pompadours. Those are really beautiful, really bold. The Pixies that I've tried, the Demi Wispies, which are the ones that I wear all the time. These ones feel the most like I have false lashes on. Even the Pompadour felt like I had false lashes on. But not so much as these do. So I'm not as big a fan, I don't think, of this particular brand, this particular style. Now, again, it could be application. I'll also have to see when I put on with the strip glue, the pen, how these apply and if they feel any different. But those are the lashes on. I think that, do I want to do, let me see here. I think I'm just going to leave them as is. I don't think I'm going to put any liner on or anything. And just leave this look as it is. I'm just going to do the same lip I did yesterday. I'm going to use the Mauve NYX Slim Pencil and then just use the holographic gloss in Glazed Donut. And so just keep a little more neutral of a lip. I don't know, I've just found these NYX pencils to be, even with gloss, they just don't seem to migrate out of the line, in my fine lines around my mouth. And so I've become a really big fan of using those as lip liners. And I was not a lip liner girl at all because they would migrate and it just doesn't look good. Oh, but I am just a fan of these. I haven't gone out to do any more shopping, and so I haven't picked up any more colors of this. I'll probably head into town tomorrow and do a little grocery shopping and stuff for the weekend. Even though I'm leaving, I guess I wouldn't need to do that. Maybe down in Florida. Ooh, down in Florida, I'll go do a little shopping and pick up some new stuff. But so here is the look. So what do you think of these lashes? I mean, they're pretty, they're actually really pretty. I'm really a little bit deep down. I'm hoping that with the liner, they don't quite feel as odd as they feel on my eyes right now. But they're bold, they're big, they're, you know, they're very there. It's perfect for this look that is a little more glam, a little more glittery. And, you know, I'm not terribly upset with this. I think that the teal with the glitter, it actually looks kind of pretty. I can rock it during the day. Is it one of my favorite looks of all time? No. But gonna rock it. It is what it is. I'm not gonna go take off all my makeup, even though I could. But I'm just gonna own it. It is what it is. This is me. This Is Me. That's one of my favorite songs. So if you have not watched The Greatest Showman, the one song I would listen to is This Is Me by, I believe it's Kara Settles. She's the one that sings it in the movie. It is one of my power anthems. When I am feeling down, when I'm feeling low, it's like, this is me. Scars and all. Everything about me, this is me. This is what you get when you get to know who I am. And so, really great song. I have a couple power anthems that, you know, when I need it, that's the playlist I put on, but that song is absolutely one of my favorites. So we're getting ready to wind down the Bratz palette. I've really enjoyed the looks that I've created out of this. I was pleasantly surprised. It was, you know, one of these palettes that I got, I kind of like some of the colors. I'll pick it up for that. But I've been pleasantly surprised with this. So maybe tomorrow we'll move on to another palette because I've pretty much touched every single color in this palette. And I'll have to look over in my little collection of eyeshadows that I have not used and pick one for the next few days to create some looks by. But again, the LA Colors, I'm wearing the matte foundation. It's definitely a more matte look. The blush, there's a little bit of going on, but I use a really good moisturizer. So I'm not upset with LA Colors. I'm not upset with these products that I've been using. I probably will, even though this is a really nice foundation, I like that it just can tend to lean a little cakey towards the end of the day. And I do like a little more of a glow. So has this been a terrible product? Absolutely not. And it does oxidize down a little bit darker. So we'll talk more about that in month-end reviews, but I've been liking this combination. I like the way that the under eyes have been looking. I like the color that this is. We're gonna start moving on to some different ones because you've really seen these in action quite a bit. I'm actually liking the pencils, so you may see this again more often. I'm really loving the lip gloss, so you may see this topper. I'll be trying some other ones too. So that's it. That's the face for today. And remember, every piece of makeup in your collection serves a purpose, and together they create a beauty story. So why not be intentional? Be you, shine, allow yourself to show who you are and create a beauty story you will love. See you tomorrow.